بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Good afternoon and Assalamu alaikum, Prep 3. Today I am here to explain you your science project instead of English literature lecture. Okay, before I go to explanation, I would like to tell you that the assignment you have been given, you have to you have to complete it in written form, either in written form or in typing form. If you are writing on paper, so take a snap and then send. And if you are typing, so you can directly send the file which you have typed. But you have to submit that project on 22nd of August. All right. So the topic is global warming. What is globe? Globe is a word, and what is global warming? Global warming is the rising temperature of the earth, the rising average temperature of the earth, which is constantly rising. If we talk about the causes, that which are the things that are becoming the cause or the reason to rise the temperature. So there are the causes. Human activities like overuse of vehicles, industrial waste, electrical appliances, deforestation. These can be the causes for the reason of global warming. So what are the effects of all these causes? The effects of all these causes, that vehicle smoke goes into the environment and it is unfriendly to the environment, and the waste which is released by the industries and smoke as well, it gets into the water and it becomes a threat to the marine life as well as human, for the human too. Then release harmful gases. If we talk about the electrical appliances release the harmful gases which are damaging the ozone layer, and they are unfriendly to the environment as well. Glacier melting, because of the rising temperature, the glaciers are melting, and due to that the living animal on glaciers, they are under threat and they are getting extinct. Cutting trees to construct buildings. People are heavily cutting trees to construct the buildings and plazas, and due to which the animals are losing their sanctuary, and means abundantly the plenty of trees are being cut, and it is a threat to the wildlife as well. So what are the how the question arises that how can we control global warming? So we can control global warming if if we least use of vehicles, and if a great mass of people are using least vehicles, so we can control global warming. This is a contribution to control global warming. And if we use environmental friendly appliances, so we can contribute as well. If we cultivation, if we grow more and more plants, so we can provide the sanctuary to animals, birds, and we can save wildlife, and like in the way we are saving ourselves too. Reduction overall, if I sum up the whole causes, effects, or control, so I would say that overall, the reduction in the human activities which is damaging the ozone layer, which are harmful for the environment we can control if we stop doing all that. We can stop doing all that, and by this way we can save earth, and we can control global warming. I hope that you have understood the explanation. Furthermore, you can see the video which are dropped and which are linked over there, And for the further researches, you may access Google and you can write your proper explanation of the project. I'll be backing towards you again after 5 or 6 minutes. Kindly open your grammar copies or any rough notebook. I'm coming back.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
Hello again, I'm here with English language class. So today we are going to learn, this is a new topic for you all. We are going to learn conditional types. So today we will learn two conditional types, but before we go on conditional type 1 or 2, first I'll bring you all on zero conditional type. Okay? Zero conditional type. Zero conditional type is used for the result that happens eventually. Like means if you are writing a sentence using zero conditional tense or structure, so the result will definitely happen. For example, I have given here, we have two. When we talk about the conditional type, so we have two different clauses. We have two clauses. If clause, which is used for conditions. Then main clause, which is called the result. If with if clause, if is imperative, it is essential, we cannot omit it. Without it, we cannot have a conditional sentence. And the structure we will use is simple present tense. I'm talking about the zero conditional type. Simple present tense, and in the main clause we will use simple present tense too. Both tense means there is no change in the means in the tense of the clauses. Both clauses will follow single tense. As I have told you that it is used when we use zero type conditional or zero conditional type sentences. So in those sentences, result will definitely happen. For example, the sentence, I have not written the sentence structure here. You know very well what would be the structure of present simple, simple present tense. Okay, so I have written directly the sentence. If the water reaches, if the water reaches 100 degree, it boils. Definitely it is bringing result. Fine. The second sentence, if people eat too much, they get fat. We know that this would be the result of that. Both sentences are following simple present tense. And you know what? Let me speak sentence again. If water reaches 100 degree, so it boils. I spoke so. So in means in while communicating or while speaking, we use so. But while writing, instead of so we use, or in place of so we use comma. In each conditional type we do the same to correlate to correlate if clause or main clause. If people eat too much, so they get fat. Comma is imperative to put. If and comma, they both are the things imperatively put here in the all conditional types. We have four conditional types. So in all conditional type sentences, we would be putting if and comma. Okay. One more important thing I have to tell. It is written here if. If the sentence has when, if the sentence has when, so do not be confused that if the sentence has when, so this is not the conditional type. No, we can replace it. We can replace if with when. Let me tell you the sentence. Let me read the sentence. When the water reaches 100 degree, it boils. Okay, when and if both can be replaced. When people eat too much, they get fat. All right, this is clear. I'm moving towards conditional type 1 now. Conditional type 1. conditional type 1. What does conditional, why do we use conditional type 1? Conditional type 1 is used to show certainty, possibility in the sentences or in the statement. And it is based on facts. It is based on facts which are happening in present or future. Okay? It shows possibility, facts, if clause will remain same condition, and simple present tense will be used in the if clause, and in the main clause, which is result, it will continue simple future tense. Simple future tense. Now writing a sentence. Example, if you work hard, you will get good marks. If she doesn't lie, her mother, I am not putting the first letter capital here because this is a clause and both clauses will interlink. Her mother will not punish her. Let me write her here. If he runs away, they will not be able to catch him. Okay. If you work hard, the positive sentence, you will get good marks. You can see that both clauses are positive. If you work hard, you will get good marks. This is the condition that if you work hard, if you try harder, so you will definitely get good marks. In sentence number 2, if she doesn't lie or if she does not lie, her mother will not punish her. You can see here that I have written two negative clauses. In sentence number 3, if he runs away, they will not be able to catch him. Now you can observe that if clause is positive and main clause is negative. So we can make sentences in combination like positive, positive, then negative, positive, negative, negative, and here we have positive and negative. If we want to make a question sentence, how would we make? I'm just using the written sentences and turning them into question. If she does not lie, her mother will not punish her. If she doesn't lie, will her mother punish her? Don't compare the both sentences. I haven't written here negative interrogative sentence. Okay, I simply have written here a question sentence. Question mark is important to write down. Okay, this is the first way, the first diction or style to write conditional type. If she doesn't lie, comma, will her mother punish her? Question mark. If I say you that I can write this sentence in another style, in another way, so how, what would it be? It will become that the main clause we can put on the in place of, we can put on first, or in place of if clause, and we can take if clause in the place of main clause. Okay, the sentence is, I'm putting the main clause here, will her mother punish her? Now if clause I'll be putting later. If I will be smaller, if she here it's negative. If she lie, will her mother punish her? Will her mother punish her if she lies? Question mark. Alright, this is the first way to write a sentence. If she lies, will her mother punish her? And this is the second format or style of writing, will her mother punish her if she lies? Alright, is that clear? Fine. Now come on, conditional type 2. Conditional type 2 it will follow simple past tense and present conditional tense. This is new for you. Present conditional tense. Okay. Conditional type, when do we use conditional type 2 or what does it refer? Conditional type 2's statement refers improbability, imagination, uncertainty. Okay. And they are unproven sentences. It could be an idea which is unproven, and the statement could be unreasoning as well, having no evidence or has lack of evidence. The sentences are improbable, unreasoning, unproven. Okay. Key structure is written as we know that what is the simple past tense formula. subject, past verb, object. And here present conditional tense, I'm just writing here so that it would be clear for you. Subject, past verb, object. Present conditional tense has its own formula: subject, main verb, would. You can use could as well, might, main verb. Normally these sentences are not too longer, so we avoid using or writing object. We can have object in the sentence, it is up to us, but this is the literal pure present conditional tense I have written on the board. Now I'm writing sentence. Example. If it rained, you would get wet. Okay, and one more I have forgot here: imagination, imaginary as well. This condition, these conditional sentences are imaginary as well. If it rained, you would get wet. Okay, sentence number 2. If we had more money, we might buy a larger house. Now I have used here might in place of would. Why? Might is used for recommendations, suggestions. Okay. If we had more money, we might buy a larger house. I can write this sentence into another style as well. We might buy a larger house if we had more money. Okay, the same style I have told you that if you are writing a question sentence in the main clause, so you can put questions and you can put main clause first, then you can take your if clause later. There is no problem. I will personally suggest you, when you are making question sentences, use main clause first, then if clause. It will a standard style of writing a question in conditional types. Okay. Now one more sentence I want to give you for the imaginary sentences. If you imagine something, so how would you make sentence? Okay, this is written simple past tense, and if we talk about especially imagination, if we are making imaginary conditional type, so you have experienced were with I. It is written normally in the books that when you are reading any fiction or story, it is written, if I were 20 once, I were child once, if I were a plant. So these are imagination that you cannot be that thing, but you are putting yourself in that imagination. If I say that if I were a butterfly, I would love to fly. Okay, So I cannot be a butterfly, as we all know. So this will become my imagination. So I am using I with were, not with was. Is that clear? Now it's normally becoming a trend to use in the books. If I were a plant, I would love rain. Okay? As if I would benefit more people with knowledge if I were a library. Okay, you can see I have written in two styles. I have written the conditional type sentences. Fine, conditional type 1 is zero type condition is used for the result which will definitely happen, and in that condition we use same sentence structure. In conditional type 1 we use conditional type 1 let us know about the possibility of the condition or possibility of the statement, and it is based on facts of the facts in the future, or in the present and in the future as well. And conditional type 2, in conditional type 2 we use imagining the condition could be imaginary, condition would be unreasoning without having any evidence, condition would be statement would be unproven, and it would be improbable. It would be improbable means impossible, unlikely condition will be there. Styles I have told you, don't make mistake when you are writing if after when you are putting main clause first and then if clause. So if clause I would be smaller. If you are writing question sentences, so try to put main clause first then if clause, for especially for writing question sentences, WH sentences, or simple question sentences. What would you do, for example, some sentences are there, what would you do if I tell you to do shopping, if I tell you to go anywhere else. Okay, uh, now open page number 70 of your textbook. There is writing, you have to write a page number 70, sky high, the air traffic controller. Page number 7, come on page number 70, writing a job profile. You have studied that unit, the air traffic controller, and you have experienced Becky Evans' profession. Now you have to write an interview for a person who is a professional person from any occupation or profession. You have to interview. Okay, I'm reading. A newspaper magazine runs a weekly column called A Diary in the Life of Dots, ellipses they are called, in which people with very different jobs describe their working lives. Points. To gather information, you have to collect information. You are going to interview someone you know about his or her job or career. Think of questions that will help you understand the personal motivation and professional skills involved. When we are supposed to interview a person or personality who is a professional personality, so there are some questions question arise in our mind. That means how they are so motivational in their own field. How did they get that status? Okay, and how do they spend their time? And how from where do they get motivation? Okay, and inspire other people. Point number two, once you have collected information, select the best material to include in the profile. You can give the person pseudonym. Pseudonym is a fictitious name or an imaginary name which you can give to the person you are going to interview. A made up name. If you want to be, if you want to give, you may. If you don't want to, no matter. Be sure to include a few direct quotation. A few direct quotation means the direct quotation of the speaker. Come on page number 68. Come on page number 68 and look at this. Come on page number 68 and in the first column, third paragraph. In the first column, third paragraph, in the first column, third paragraph and the third line, last third line, it is written. Yes, she says, the more I thought, ooh, that sounds right up my street. This is the direct quotation, means the speaker is directly quoting his or her own line. Okay, for example, there are more examples from page number 69 for the direct quotation, or like in the first column, last paragraph, first line. So what happened? There was nothing wrong with his aircraft, but there was smoke in the cockpit. So he said, okay, it means the lines of the speaker is continued. So this is called the direct quotation. You may interview any of the family member, your cousin, or anyone who is doing a good job, who is a professional. You can ask about further motivations and different professional skills. Okay, fine. You have to think of the questions. Give good question, and the question should be standardized so that more and more information could be means you could collect from those professional, or from the professional person, or the person who is doing job. It is up to you. Fine, they both are the homework. You have to write down 5 sentences for both of the topics. Then this writing a job profile you have to do. I hope that you have understood two of the topics, conditional types and writing a job profile. We will meet inshallah again. Till then, take care of yourself, and once again, don't forget, don't copy the board which I have written, which I have put on the stuff I have put on the board. Only sentence structure, if clause, man clause, this part you can copy, or one exemplary sentence you may take. Otherwise, add your own sentences. Okay, Allah Hafiz.